problem.
Yeah. All right. So if I now interpolate and move this slider, you can see the animation. You can see the interpolation, how it is working, what is happening there. So I can now go in and fix some problems. Like there's an issue here that I need to fix, right? So what I'll do, I'll come here and just bring this guy down just a little bit. Once you bring this guy down, the interpolation you created for it is going to be cancelled. So you will need to create another interpolation by clicking on that spring icon again to interpolate.
Why is it going to be cancelled? Why is it going to be cancelled?
Because you created a new keyframe. If you move a particular layer while you are animating, it will cancel or erase the interpolation you created before it. So you will need to create a new interpolation after doing that new movement. You understand? Any layer you go in between, for example, I interpolated from this keyframe to this keyframe, and I noticed that there was an issue here. This arm came down more than it should, so I have to move it up a little bit, right? And if you do that, it's going to cancel. You see this line? This line means that it is being interpolated, but it's going to cancel it, right? So you have to go in there. Now let me show you. Let me undo, then go into that arm and show you what I mean. Now move this guy. If I move this guy and fix him well here, you will see what will happen. Let me go in there. You see that the lower arm, if I go into the lower arm, the line disappeared. Line now, line whoever, all disappeared. That means that the interpolation there was erased as I moved this keyframe here. So interpolation here was erased. So what I need to do, I will need to go in between those two keyframes and interpolate it again by clicking on this icon that looks like a curved spring, right? So if I now play this or move my slider, you can see that is almost perfect, even though I think I still need to fix it here a bit, maybe bring it down a bit more, right? Okay, you can see that it looks perfect now. So there's something that we call follow through, an overlapping action. Now I move my hand up. So this hand, when you move your hand up, it doesn't move like a robot. It goes like this, then comes back and settles.
And comes back, and yes.
Good. So I will have to do that so that this animation will look more real. So how do we do that? When this arm moves up, it moves up here. So what I will do, I will copy this keyframe. I'll copy this last keyframe where the hand is up of only this lower arm and the hand. I'll copy it, then move maybe 2 or 3 spaces. Let's move like 3 spaces, then paste it, then come back here. See what I'll do now? I'll move this guy a little bit more like this. Then I will interpolate between that movement that I just created and this guy so that it will come back here and settle. See what happens now if I play this. If I slide, you can see, you see what happened, right? It goes and comes back to settle. It goes like this, then comes back to settle, right? So let me play. You see what happened? Even though it's fast, like this, then I'll extend the keyframe a little bit. Then let's play it and see. All right, it's too slow. We can move the keyframe back a little bit. You see what happened, right? So it's looking a little bit better than just coming up and staying up. So you just come up, then go back. Now, another thing is the arm. Once the arm reaches here, I want this arm to also do what we call overlapping action as well. So I'll come here and move this arm like this so that I can come here, right? So if I come here, let me see what I can do here. Okay, I need to also make this arm like it is following the 12 principles of overlapping action, follow through, overlapping action. So this guy here is supposed to be like this, like it is being dragged by something like the wind. Then it will come back here, and maybe I'll place it again like this. So let's see what this thing looks like if I interpolate. If I interpolate, let's see what it looks like. Okay, I can maybe bring this. So I'm trying to experiment. Okay, see what I'll do here. When it comes to this point, then it comes here, then I'll move it like this, right? Then I'll go forward, then I'll move it back. So let's see what it looks like. So if you look at the hand itself very well, you can see that the hand is following the principles. You can look very well. You see what's happening, right? So the hand is coming after every other part of the body has moved. After the upper arm, the lower arm has moved, the hand will come last, which is how it's supposed to be. You see? Right. So if we play it, hello. Okay. Hello. All right. So this is good. So we have done this animation here, particularly of the hand movement. We can continue to move forward while we do the other parts. So we come here, the hand will settle back here. So we'll have to also interpolate this arm settling back. So you come here, maybe you want the arm to start settling back from this particular keyframe here. You create a keyframe curve and interpolate. Then you see what happens. So it will go back down. So for this case, we don't need to actually have any follow through and overlapping action here. Okay, maybe I will bring it here. So we have to also fix some of this issue, just like before. We can maybe okay. So let's fix some of this issue we are seeing here. Whereas you see the hand not properly fixed where it should. So we'll continue to arrange them properly. Then we can move forward and also interpolate them again. All right. So if we play this, so while you are scrolling through the slider, you also check to make sure that what you are animating or interpolating is in order. So for example, here we know that the hand is not supposed to be this way. We can also change the hand with the other substitute, this one. We can change it at this point, right? You can change the substitute, as you can see. Once it gets to this point, I changed it to the other hand drawing. Then it now settles down to hello. All right, that is good. So we can continue to go ahead. Hello. What? All right. So we can come here. Let's also go to the eye and close it. Let's go into the eyes. I can click this eyes. Did I lock it? This eye is locked. I think the head might be locked. Let me see. I think the head is locked. Okay, let's check. Let's see. Not locked. Okay, it's not locked now. So where is the eye? I don't know why I can't select my upper body. I'm thinking of whether it's locked. Let me see.
Check now, it's on a lock, man.
Okay, I did lock it. I didn't lock it.
Here we are.
It locked some of them inside. It locked some of the layers and pegs inside, but it didn't indicate that some of those layers were locked when I bring all of those layers together within their pegs. So let me see whether I can now. Okay, I can now select them. So I can come here and maybe bring this eyelid up and down and do the same thing for this one. Just trying to close the eyes. Just trying to close the eyes here. So I can close the eyes here, and I can do the same thing for the other one, the other part of the eye. I can bring this guy, and I can bring this guy and close it like this, so that he will now close and open his eyes at this point. So what I'm going to do again, I'm going to look for where I created that keyframe, and I'm going to interpolate between them so that the eyes will close, we interpolate while it is closing like this. Okay. So it will close, then come here and also open like this. So you can, if you play, welcome, looking smooth and better. So we go back to the arm. We look for where our arm is. So we go back to the arm and create an interpolation for it while the character is extending both arms. You can see, so this one is a perfect interpolation, as you can see. This one is perfect. There is nothing that needs to be fixed. As you can see, it's interpolated perfectly.
Very well, yes.
You can see, welcome. Unless we want to, like if you are spreading your arm, of course, the arm is not going to spread like that of a robot. So we are still going to do apply our core principles here. So if we spread this arm, let's come here. This one is not going to spread that much like the other part. So what we are going to do for that one is that we are going to copy the keyframe like we did before and move forward, then paste. Then we come back to this keyframe and move this hand back a little bit. Then if we interpolate, we play, work. You can see when you are spreading your arm, this part moves first. You might not notice it. This part should move first, right? Okay, so let's do the same thing for the other arm. We Control C and Control V. Okay, no, not this arm. Okay, so let's do the same thing for this arm right here. Okay, go up. Okay, so we Control C and make sure that we are on the right, and also Control V. Then we come here and move this arm just a little bit, then interpolate. And if we play, you can see work. You can see the work, the animation. It's subtle. You might not notice it, but if you look closely, work. You look closely. We can even interpolate the hand if we want, even though this arm is not moving so fast, so we don't need much of the overshoot or overlapping action. Okay, so if we play this, so we have to also create a keyframe of the arm going at the back of the body. So let's see how we can do this one. This one might be a little bit complicated, but we'll do it. So we will go here and create a keyframe and interpolate. So let's see what it looks like. Actually, it's good. It's perfect. It's perfect. I think it's perfect. There's no, okay, it's nice. So we can actually extend it to make it slower.
It's nice, just that not all the too fast. That's
yes.
all.
Yes, we can extend it back to make it a little, it's actually too fast. So we can extend those two keyframes backwards to create more interpolation. So if we play this, good. So the thing is, you can see that these guys start to fall off. So we'll have to go in and fix them. We have to go in and fix them. We can bring this guy back. If you remember, if you move, if you go in between two keyframes that are interpolated, and if you try to move that layer, it will cancel or erase the interpolation you have created after it. That you can see that the line disappeared here, like I told you earlier. So we have to also interpolate it again, like so. Then if you click it, make sure that everything is in order. Then we can do the same thing for this other side. We have to go in that other side and also fix it. So we can bring this in and interpolate it again, then see what it looks like. Okay, so you can see, so nice. So we can play this. This is nice. So we can continue to move forward. Remember, these keyframes that we created is not the final keyframes. We might still need to move some parts of this character more to make it look more lively. But let's just finish the major ones that we have created first. So we go to the head. There is a head tilt here. So we go into the head layer or the head peg and interpolate this head tilt like so. So if we play and remember this eyebrow changed. So we are going to blink, make this eye blink. Maybe we come here and create an eye blink here. Bring this up, bring this down. Take this up a bit. Okay, so we go to the next one, to the other side, bring this down just a bit, then bring this up just a little bit. Okay, maybe shift, rotate it a bit, bring this down, bring this up, or down rather. Okay, so continue to adjust this guy. All right, so the eye will close here, then open. Okay, we have to move this thing up a bit. All right, so if we go into that eye that we created, go into that eye. If we can move it. Okay, so we go into this eye and close it here. Interpolate the closing of the eye here. We interpolate it. So if this eye is closed here, this brow should come down a bit with it. So we have to bring this brow down. You can see the nice interpolation that is happening here. We can also move this guy like this. All right, so if you play this, see how nice it interpolates.
That is being used.
So this is the next. So we go to the next portion of the keyframe and continue doing what we are doing. Then we come here and look for the head first and tilt the head or interpolate the movement of the head first. So let's go to the head. Let's go back here, create a keyframe, interpolate it, and see what it looks like. You can see how the head tilts. We can tilt, maybe move it back to make it slower. Then we go to the eye again, and we have to blink that eye again. So we can come here. We can come to this point, close the eye at this point, close the eye at this point. Do it for the other side as well. Close the eye at this point, close the eye at this point, and all right. So we once you do that, you can now interpolate. Remember to bring down your brow. As the eye is closing, the brow should come down in this case, and as it is opening, the eye should also go up. So we can come here and interpolate. All right. So we can also come here. Let's come here and interpolate, create a keyframe and interpolate again. I hope you're following, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Being used.
Okay. So we have done the face. So let's come to the hand. Go down to the hand. Look for that arm, and let's bring it out like so. So we will go here, interpolate, create a keyframe, then interpolate. Let's see what it looks like first before we decide to add other modification. So we come, you can see that this part is not looking nice. So we go in and do the same thing that we used to do. We have to bring it down a bit so that it will fit in. Then don't forget to interpolate again. You can see. So what we do here, remember our overlapping, follow through and overlapping action. So we'll come here and Control C to copy this keyframe, move forward, Control V to paste it, then come back here and move this guy back like so, right? Okay, see what we do. We move it forward. So we'll move this guy forward, it's all backward. Let's move it forward a bit, just a little bit. Come here and bring this guy down. Move it forward just a little bit. So what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to move this guy to go here, then come back again to settle. We come back to settle. So that if we play this,
Being used.
we play this, you can see the interpolation going. I think it's a bit too slow, so we can shift back the keyframes. Good. So you can see.
Being used to see.
Okay. So you continue to move ahead. I think there's a mistake I made it. So we'll have to. All right. Okay. So we continue doing what we are doing. We'll come to this point and go back to the head and interpolate, starting from the head. So the eye, we also close here. So you can see that actually the process of animating a character can be tedious. As you can see, it can be quite heavy, you know, and stressful. But it's very inevitable. You will have to do.
You're doing me behind the scene.
I'm showing you the behind the scenes. Now this is the behind the scenes of animation. And
I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it.
So let's continue. So I will create a keyframe on the eye. Then I'll interpolate the eye closing like so. All right. If we open here, and if I play this,
good.
You can see. So that's the beauty of interpolation. When you are using your interpolations to work and also go in and fix some issues, if the interpolation doesn't work exactly the way you want, you can see that your animation will actually look better, and also it will save you some time. And let's look for that arm. Let's look for our arm. Okay, arm left, then arm right. Okay, so we go to the arm and interpolate as usual. Let's start with this guy. We have to make it a little bit slow. So you can see what is happening here. So I'll have to start moving this guy individually to make it look better. So I might come here and change the hand substitution to this guy. I might change the hand substitution here, maybe increase it a little bit. And Also interpolate. Okay, so I can start moving it. Sometimes interpolation might not work the way you want. So you have to maybe do it manually. So also when you do it, you scroll back and forth to make sure that everything is set.
Yeah.
You make sure that you are satisfied with everything that you are seeing. Okay, so I'm done with this arm. Let's move to the other arm. Then we have to bring this arm to fold like this, like the other one. So it's as easy as creating a keyframe where you want the start of the movement to occur, then interpolate as usual, so that it will now come down and fold like the other one. And remember, you have to go in and make sure that everything is perfectly where you want them. Like for example, here, we don't want this arm here. Maybe we use this guy and bring him in to hide him. All right, so you can see. All right.
Being used to teach.
So there's something I want to do here. I want to come up here and I think this head is locked. The head itself. Let me go and check.
Okay.
The head is locked. I can't select it. So I think it should be locked inside somewhere. Yeah, it's locked. Okay, I can select it now. So I will also I want to, when he says Gozie, I want him to do Gozie like this. So what I'll do is so Gozie. So I said go, right? Z. Okay, so if I play, you see what? Oh, if I play it. Oh, I don't know what I played. Okay, so if I play it, right. So I will now go to that head and interpolate that movement. Okay. If I play it, now looking more like I said, if we are done with the major interpolations, we might add more movement, other small body movement to make it look even more lively. So let's now come here and continue interpolating. So we will start with the head. So interpolation of this guy looks okay. See what we are going to do. Let's figure out what we'll do here. Let's figure out what we'll do here. We'll start to create individual keyframes for all these guys. Okay, because the head is moving from the front view to the profile view, so we must make it look good the way it should. Okay, so I'll come here and add keyframe. So you can see how everything is moving. I'll continue to do that. I'll come to the mustache and do the same thing. Okay. Come to the eye, the hair, and every other part of the body. I will continue to do the same thing. Okay, let me see. Okay. All right, so I'll create keyframes and make sure that everything is looking good so far. Okay, so we'll continue to do this. We'll continue to go down. Yeah, that's how it should be now. So I'm done with everything. So we'll continue to go down and let's fix the head. Okay, we need to fix that of the head. So let's figure out, the head also has the movement while the mouth is talking. So we need to be careful on the head. So we'll come here and create a keyframe for it, then interpolate it, then let's see what it looks like. Okay, let me go in there. Maybe I'll remove this guy. Then I'll create a keyframe. So it's looking a bit better now. Okay. All right. Yeah, you say?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, so I will continue to go down to the ear. I've not done that of the ear, that's why it's like that. So I will go down to the ear and also interpolate. You can see that it's now looking better. Except the head, probably the head needs to still be in front at this point. And I can just push it